It's our special child prodigy edition of the Pundit Pit.
Because of the problems George Bush has created, we have to spend all this money.
Oh, give me a break. George Bush didn't quadruple the national debt, sir. George Bush did not quadruple the national debt. That was Barack Hussein Obama.
I've never seen such a combative Brady Bunch panel. Have you?
ABC is going to do its big whoring effort.
ABC, as you know, is about to whore itself out for the Obama infomercial.
Just massive whoring.
It's an interesting sign of our media culture, Diane Sawyer, that this program is being attacked before a single minute has even aired.
This network is trying to tackle a serious issue in a serious way.
We're going to get into the issue of whether or not in a reform measure there should be government insurance for people, because a lot of people are very uncomfortable with that idea.
President as social engineer, president as bioethicist, the government deciding who will live, who will die. Is that what this plan is about? To save money by killing old people?
Please stay with us. We'll continue the
conversation. No, I think you're caught up in this,
we'll
Mika.
Back.
I think you've been caught up in this pussyfooting here. That's the problem here.
Excuse
Chris.
me?
We're gonna come back and we'll.
No, actually, I want to know what he means by that.
Chris, yeah.
Go. It's just that I think
fighting
a war that wasn't necessary is not the same as denying people health care when they go to work. I think we got to provide people health care.
There's nothing wrong as a member of the media to ask questions about
We have to ask the
spending
questions,
and
but we have to
numbers.
make a value judgment as well.
We have to ask the questions.
And we are asking
That's
the questions.
Great. I want
My
it to be
question
deficit
is,
neutral.
are we going to get it done, or are we going to pussyfoot?
But first, to understand what's really going on in Iran, you need to understand their power structure, and I want to show this to you. It's been a couple of minutes. Oh, yes, I fancy myself an artist. This is what the people are arguing about. This choice between this guy and this guy, that this guy has already pre-selected.
The president's being roundly criticized for insufficient rhetorical support for what's going on over there.
A successful revolution in Iran would further cement the correctness of the Bush vision. The other leader hesitant to see Ahmadinejad go, that would be Barack Obama.
The neoconservative hawks who got us into Iraq are now out there beating the drum to raise hell against Iran.
It seems to me foolish criticism.
I think the president is taking a very nuanced approach to this.
These people are doing quite fine without us screaming and yelling and beating our chests.
Absolutely. Now, you can see why Obama's been reluctant to criticize the Iranian election. Evidently, they outsourced the running of the polling stations to Acorn.
A number of White House reporters were left scratching their heads today after a blogger for the liberal Huffington Post website,
who does not represent the so-called mainstream media,
was escorted to the front of the briefing room and given what appeared to be preferential treatment.
President Obama appeared to have prior knowledge of a question that he would be asked. Oh, listen to this.
Nico Pitney is here from Huffington Post.
I wanted to use this opportunity to ask you a question directly from an Iranian. Under which conditions would you accept the election of Ahmadinejad? And if you do accept it, isn't that a betrayal of what the demonstrators there are working towards?
I do think the question was not a bad question. It was actually one of the tougher questions asked at the press conference.
You actually believe that Tea Parties are the gateway drug to secession. Is that true?
Glenn Beck, love it or hate it, you just can't miss it.
We all gonna be living under a bridge soon, fending off bums with a beer bottle.
They saw fellow Muslims living in freedom, in democracy in Iraq, and that's what inspired this. And Obama is living off the war on terrorism.
You're the only one that
by
has said
George
that, and I
Bush.
thought the exact same thing. I think he is Bill Ayers. I think he is Bill Ayers and Reverend Wright. I think he is Reverend Wright. I think he hit it well, but I think he's now implementing and proving me right.
He's like a lot of other dictators. He's got the private sector, and he thinks it's always going to be there to be raped.
You have been magnificent on George Tiller to begin with, and magnificent on his murder.
Well, thank you.
I don't really like to think of it as a murder. It was terminating Tiller
he was a
in
murderer.
the 203rd trimester.
We just wanted to make a correction to something we put up on the screen during our coverage of the governor's press conference yesterday. We briefly identified Governor Sanford as a Democrat. He is, of course, a Republican. And we apologize for getting that wrong.
It's Psycho Talk on steroids. Right-wing radio talk show host Michael Savage.
And the vermin in the George Soros-funded Media Matters attacked me. In the next few weeks, you can expect me on michaelsavage.com to give you full pictures and other pertinent information about the individuals who are conducting a campaign against Michael Savage and other conservatives in the media. Let's see how they like it.
Remember that Homeland Security report warning about right-wing extremism? Savage is pinning a wanted sign on employees at Media Matters. It's really wrong. It's not only dangerous, but it's threatening and it's really psychotic.